Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the Scoop with Dukes Tuesday Night Live. I am your host, Philip Dukes, aka Dukes the Scoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes the Scoop, and please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you check out International Voice. I'll make sure you guys get a link to that. But International Voice does a really good job with Christian clothing. Um, they got coffee mugs, they got phone cases. International Voice does a really good job. As you guys come in, it's a lot to talk about. Auburn, DJ Durkin has been retained. Vontrell King Williams, VKW, has been retained. Uh, Colorado, your linebackers, recruits, your star linebacker recruits have shut down their recruitment. Huge. Future, what's up, boy? My nephew from Chicago, one of the best edge rushers in the country, Brian Future DeMoss in the building. What's up, Future? What's up, Nell? Yeah, y'all didn't know I got family in Chicago. Absolutely. He's gonna be a really good recruit. He's gonna make a college team really happy this time next year. Really athletic. So as you come in, drop your name, drop your location, drop where you're from, and drop what you want to talk about. But yeah, I guess we can start in Auburn. Auburn retains DJ Durkin. And I'll tell you, when you do a good job, it means that people want you. And I think that so the tea leaves were starting to read that if Blake Baker were to take the job at LSU, DJ Durkin, if he wasn't at Auburn, was probably going to be at LSU. Now, I'm not saying that meant anything. That's just what one school of thought within the industry was thinking. Now, some people felt like Durkin and Kiffin didn't get along the best, but I guarantee you, with the resources that he would have at LSU, that was going to be pretty nasty. But you don't have to worry about it because DJ Durkin will be at Auburn University next year as defensive coordinator. The way the rest of the staff shakes out is going to be really interesting to see. Let me see. I guess. Let me see. So as you come in, let's see. Let me get a test. Somebody drop a location as a test. Drop a location. I'm trying to test it. I'm seeing my Twitter comments. Oh snap! Did I got YouTube? I got my YouTube on. Hold on. Let me test that out. Oh yeah, I forgot to put that up too. Yeah, so tonight we are celebrating 15,000 subscribers. 15K. Seems like yesterday. But 15 subscribers that fast. Man, it's a blessing. Real live blessing, man. And I couldn't be more grateful for everybody who supported me along this journey. I mean, just to know the type of support that I got, that we could get this done in 15. It ain't even been a year yet. And if you would have told, I would have never as hard as it was the first time I tried to do a YouTube to see how it went this time. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I get this done right. Yo, celebrating 15,000. Okay, we got some people in here for sure. Hey, Future, we gotta get in here and we gotta do an interview, man. You gotta tell us how the season went. Tiger Eye said, "Congrats, man. I appreciate it." Hold on one second. Let me make sure I get this set up for y'all. But yeah, man, a lot going on, man. Auburn got a wide receiver today from Saraland, Sean Spencer. Really good prospect out of the Mobile area. Auburn is always good. If Auburn can recruit Mobile, Columbus, Atlanta, and South Florida, they usually pretty tough to deal with. So it's good to always stay in that Mobile area for sure. War Eagle G27 says, "What do you think the signing class will be tomorrow? You hope head coach. I hope head coach Golish and Dirk and Dakota and VKW retain those recruits. It's hard, man. It's gonna be hard. I think what they are gonna do is continue to evaluate the roster, and I think it's gonna be hard to have the type of class that Auburn is used to getting. Another part of it being because the roster is already so good. A lot of what you were able to get from Auburn in the past was because of the opportunity and wanting to turn it around. So now where you have a roster where you can't really sell playing time as much as you used to, so now you got to have a coaching staff, and it's hard to sell development when you haven't been there and you haven't done it. But I think that's what you're getting. That's what you're tracking towards, being able to sell development eventually. That time hasn't happened yet, but I think that time is on the way. Aretha Birthday in the building. What's up, Aretha? Let me get this thumbnail up on. Oh, I gotta go see that. All right, Messmaker. Any thoughts on Womack flipping back? I think it's gonna be rough at this point. I ain't saying it can't happen. I just think it'll be rough. Beach Reincarnated says, "You ready for us to do it versus Cam on Sunday?" Yes, I am. I'm gonna try to hit everybody question tonight. I'm gonna stay on for 30 minutes, and every question I get, I'm gonna try to answer. Whether you super chatted or not, this is me just, hey, we just gonna talk tonight. You ain't gotta put no super chat. Now, if you want to, you can. But I'm gonna answer every question. I'm gonna try to answer every question I see. All right, Dwayne Smith said 5344 said, "Dukes, how you feeling about the Buff recruit so far? They're up to 13 commits now." I mean, I think it's good for what what you were able to do coming off a season like that. It's kind of hard. I know they're going to attack the portal very, very hard, and I know some of the coaches that they're talking to are going to be able to bring some recruits. So some of the changes to the staff is going to reflect recruiting. I know that for sure. Hear anything more on Tank Jones or Womack? Tank Jones, they fighting hard for Tank. The Rock Bellatoni thing didn't help though. Miss Mel said, "What up, Dukes? What up, Miss Mel?" Slugged up Durkin said, "War damn Durkin." That is the coolest picture of DJ Durkin to me. Gonna have to hit the portal to fill in those needed areas. Absolutely. You got to. I do know they think they under the impression that some of the guys that's at South Florida, they bringing some guys from South Florida. You better believe it. They do think there's some players. I wouldn't be surprised to see about 5 to 7 guys from South Florida there, maybe even more. The guys that they really, really believe in, they'll be at Auburn. Real recognizes real, man. And some people looking real unfamiliar right now. Appreciate that, P. Hold on. His Penn State program melted down with Sataki signing an extension. Oh, he signed an extension already? No, he didn't. I got to see that. Kelly Green said, "Do you think Golis can shift gears away from 3 stars, develop guys next recruits?" Yeah, I think right now he's doing what he got to do. But they offense don't have to be predicated on 5 stars. To be honest, I think you're gonna see you're gonna continue to see high level defenders come in. Like Vontrell, keeping Vontrell was big. Like he's a dog. He's done it every year. I haven't seen a coach this excited to coach since we had BP as our coach. Yeah, I love his excitement level for sure. Uncle Bag said, "What up, dude? What up, Unc? Unc the Unc? Do you think it would be a mass exodus in Colorado?" I think this time, I don't know if it's gonna be a mass exodus, but I think you're gonna see more players with familiarity that you actually seen play get in the portal. I don't know. Let me say that first. I just think that for whatever reason, when stuff gets magnified when you lose, so it may be a guy that some people may not have been tripping on if they left last year, that they leave this year is gonna look worse than what it is if they leave. But the portal giveth and the portal taketh away. I want the Canadian tight end from USF. Yeah, he cold. Do you think that Auburn will lose 5+ starters even with Dirk staying? It depends on what you call a starter, man. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. They could still lose 5. What you think about the Judy and Shador situation? I feel if Judy really having a problem catching, he can meet Shador in the morning instead at the practice. Yeah, I think Shador answered it perfectly. Chemistry. That's all a part of chemistry. I think that's all a part of chemistry. Byron Brown to AU. What's up, Brian Carter? Hey, I low key would think so. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, but I low key would think so. Bobby T said he met Durkin's mom at Miami Airport, South Florida, will impact Auburn, calling it now. I hope so, man. You got to get back in South Florida. Hearing anything on Cam and Deuce, not Cam, but Deuce here and there. Yeah, Deuce just want to see what happens, and he's meeting with. I talked to Deuce earlier tonight. It's his birthday, so Deuce good for right now. Well, we'll just see how it turns out. Congratulations, my G. I appreciate how you're so articulate while still being authentic. Continue to make us proud, and we will keep supporting. Alan Clay, man, I appreciate it, man. It took a lot of work, my brother, but man, y'all was right here with me the whole time. I saw, man, I got a crazy little life, man. I promise. So I'm just still grateful and appreciative of everything that I get, man, for sure. Is Nick's a good fit? Is Nick's a good fit with Golish's offense? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it could be. I think it could be. I think it's gonna be more of a personality thing than anything. Mr. Albie said, "What's your first impression on the Van Dyke guy for Auburn? And does losing Big Aunt Kenyatta hurt us in the Atlanta area for recruits?" Yeah, losing Kenyatta's gonna hurt for sure. That's without a question. Like losing Kenyatta will hurt, but when you do a good job, that's what happens, right? So for him to get a GM and to be the guy calling all of the shots at Boston College, I think sometimes like when you get good coordinators become head coaches, so it's gonna hurt you, but I think it was well deserved on Kenyatta's part. Shout out to Kenyatta. And then Van Dyke is a real live dude. He was never gonna leave South Florida unless it was for a job like this. Because he was from down there, played down there, had two jobs down there. He yeah. Van Dyke is a dude. Y'all gonna be happy with Van Dyke for sure. Chris Vincent said, "Dukes, congrats from New Hampshire. All the best, man. Thank you, man. 15,000 subscribers, man. I couldn't. If you would have asked me how this year would have went, and if you would have told me that I could hit 15,000 in 1 year, I'd have been like, yeah, right. But you can't tell God what he gonna do. Dwayne Smith said, I'm hearing some Byron Leftwich noise to see you. What you hearing, Dukes? I'm hearing they don't know yet. I'm hearing it'll be within 2 weeks. I got a couple names that I think they may pursue or at least talk to, but of course I can't say those names. But I think I like the names that I heard, and if they hire along the lines of what that is, that's good. Trey Ball said, where do you think Auburn offense ranked next year? And does he have a good red zone offense? I would have to look more into the red zone portion of the offense, to be honest. But I think offensively, you can get I think offensively, I think next year they end up 7th in the SEC offense, top 7 out of 16. Just get it to the upper. I mean, now, if you keep all the weapons they have, if you can guarantee Deuce and Cam Coleman in that offense, Deuce, Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, all of that in that same offense, I think they could be number one. Aretha Burden, $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Aretha. Said, Dukes, have y'all heard how Travis Hunter doing since he's out for the season? I haven't. Man, we got to ask Uncle Neely. Oh, we got You Tell Me coming back out. It'll be we're gonna air that on Thursday. So I'm gonna, you know what? Since you dropped me a super chat for that, I'm gonna make sure I ask Uncle Neely on You Tell Me, because I know he talks to Travis's mom. So that I got you on that one. Dukes for AU Sports Center. Man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Silent B said, can you say which starters you think are leaving? Nah, because if I said it, it'll start something. I think Cobb is a very good back in space. If they can split these wide, Cobb could go off. Man, I look at Dylan Sampson at Tennessee, right? Wasn't the biggest guy. Now, he was fast as I don't know what. But I think in that space, like you said, in that wide, with how they spread the field and create lanes, I saw a play, man. Look, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all go do. Go look at Matty Dub's page. We might look at some of that tonight. Matty Dub's page, he did a breakdown on on the South Florida offense. Really good, especially how good you can really see how good Byron Brown really is. Like he's kind of freakish, to be honest. So make sure y'all go check out Matty Dubs. He's a friend of the show. Shout out to Matt. I don't know if he's in here, but shout out to Matty. But he did a really good breakdown on South Florida. He shows how they do some really good stuff. Mr. Arby said, it sucks losing Womack, but I'm good with winners and New Boy. Yeah, if you retain them, automatic, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to. So I'm sorry. Oh, got a little hot. Okay. Well, that's one transfer I know gone. 9-time champion said went from that old soundboard at 4 to 15K to 15K. Way to go, man. 93. What was the radio station on Weagle? Was it 93.7? Weagle. He knows ball. When I used to be on Auburn campus radio on WEGL way back in the day. Man, I appreciate it, dog. 91.1. Yeah, Weagle 91.1. Dukes and Jay Nice. I wish I still had that flyer, man. I had that flyer posted up all over Sewell Hall, man. Shout out to Ben Thomas, man. He started taking my flyers down. He was like, he said, you need to stop promoting so much and go to school. Shout out to Ben. I wonder, y'all remember Ben Thomas? I call harass Ben. It's like my other dad. Oh, okay. Shout out to 9-time champion. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be some It's definitely gonna be some attrition for sure. Mr. Albie said hearing rumors that Cover and SU. Help me out with that one, man. You know, you gotta help Unc with that one. Dwayne Smith said so Seaton is expected to leave. Is that right? I mean, I don't expect him to at this point, but I can see. I mean, he's probably the most. If he jumped in the portal, he would be the number one player in the portal for sure, especially at his position. Any word on Darrell's plans for next year? He has so much promise. I hate what I know, man. I don't know. I tell you what. Now, if I was to watch anybody, I would watch Darrell Robinson at Boston College. That's one thing people got to realize too. Like that's going to be a landing space for some guys at Auburn. I'm trying to catch up on some of these questions. Okay, veer and shoot is a spread offense, but not much RPO in his bag. Not a ton, but they have it in there. Oh, rumors that Singleton come from USF. The wide receiver might be coming. Oh yeah. So I didn't know their names, but bruh, they really like. They really like. They really South Florida. They love their receivers. Okay. So to answer this next question, somebody asked me, what position group do you think? If I had to guess, I'd probably say wide receivers. I mean, Auburn just so loaded. I mean, you got 4 or 5 guys that can be ones in that room. And they like their young guys. Like Duke Smith is an absolute monster. Duke Smith, remember the name? Derek Duke Smith, monster. Yeah, the wide receivers. I'm gonna do a piece on that for sure. Slugged up Durkee. He said, I stayed at the D and remember Big Ben in that crooked pool table by the cafeteria door. I ate the sneak steaks during football season. Man, me too. Man, so Ben gave me a job. So I was actually working for the athletic department, but I ain't never do nothing. He got mad at me, man. So they was paying me like to cut the grass, and I went cut the grass. I cut the grass, and you know the front part, you had to cut the grass. And then game days, you was supposed to we had to work the parking lot. You know, you had that VIP parking and stuff. And I go home, and I was getting paid, being called on to me. That was like my second dad, man. I was kind of like Dennis the Menace in the dorm, man. Shout out to Ben. I wonder if he up. See if old Ben up. He probably got me blocked. See if Ben up. He ain't gonna pick up. I'm gonna text him and tell him emergency. No, I'm not gonna do that because if it's a real emergency, then I'd be mad. If Ben called back, I'm gonna put him on the show. Southside Selma, Duke Smith, straight dog, absolutely. Gonzo 4 of 9 said, "Oh, what's up, boy?" He said, "Dukes, congratulations on 15K. Been watching a ton of your content this week. Tap in with me for Mobile Mardi Gras, War Eagle. Man, I will be back down there. So, man, last year I was down there. Man, Anthony took me to some party, man. Crazy. I had a good time, man. Walked out with baby shower, plates of food and everything. I think I'm from Pritchard anyway. Matter of fact, I kicked it with Melvin too. It was I kicked it with Melvin and y'all other cute dog partner too. Damn, I be forgetting his name. I think Jacoby is his name. Slugged up Durkin said you could have cut that front grass with some scissors. He used to catch us with girls. Hey man, hey, we threw a party. In my first year, me, Alton Moore, Donnie Young, Brian Henderson, Jameson Brewer, we threw a party and Javar Mills. We threw a party in the dorm, and man, Ben tried to kill us, dog. Well, really me. He definitely blamed me. But we threw a party, man. We had Al. I think Al was 21 or close to it. He went and got the beer. Fun times. Yeah, Ben tried to kill me. Yeah, Vontrell is back. Jace Matthews sticking with AU. Good. It's a good chance. We'll see. I don't know. I would call that one 50-50. Is Vontrell coming back as D-line coach? Yes. I really want to see Alvin Henderson in his offense. Have you heard anything on him? I haven't yet. I'll tap in with him soon. I haven't talked to Alvin. I think Eric is going pro. I wouldn't blame him. Yeah, I think E. Singleton might go pro for real. Yep, Vontrell is back. VK Dub. You think Malcolm and Cam at least stand? I don't know. I can see one of the two. I doubt you go 0 for 2. Maybe you go 2 for 2. I don't know, man. Because I would say at least one of the two. I go for that. Guys, so you thinking about Jamonte. Yeah, Jameson Brewer. That's a name right there. Yeah. Yep, Jamonte. Yeah, we was at the spot, and then they got an after hours. Man, y'all party too hard in Mobile, bro. I thought I partied hard at Houston. Every time I looked up, it was time to go to another party. Jules said, "What's good, Dukes? Congratulations, brother. Man, I appreciate it. Man, I definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, we got a lot of people in here tonight. What we got? We got in here today. See what's going on in here. Go to YouTube. $15K. I was at 2003, 2006. I can't put my government on here, but he looked out when I couldn't get a dorm. That's how I got in there. Man, hold up. Was you in 2003, 2006? Okay, you was in there with little Melvin that do the tattoos, was standing in there. You was in there when my boy Byron from Birmingham was there. Those were I was getting old. You was, man. Okay, boom. My last year in Auburn in the dorm, me and T-Rob from the D coordinator at Georgia, we was neighbors that year. When he came back from the Falcons, the GA, that was me and T-Rob was neighbors. Every program in the country wants Cam. They're going to have to throw the bag at him. I heard quarterback money. Mark Hilson said, "Congratulations, Duke, on 15,000." Absolutely. Ricky Mendez said, "Why are you covering Colorado too, dudes?" So got some got a lot of sources in the program, and some really good ones at Colorado. Just like at Auburn, I was just connected to Auburn, and I know some y'all gonna don't get mad at me, but we're gonna add 2 more schools in January. So you'll hear I'll have Auburn, Colorado, and 2 more schools. I started UGA last year, so we'll probably pick up some UGA, but I got 1 more school that we'll be adding. So, man, and really all I want to do is just be able to use some of the information that I get and just put it out, and then be able to talk sports and talk ball with people from a different perspective, right? Because I've been on the journalist side, but I don't think I ever really fit in as a true journalist. But I think this is where I'm supposed to be. I mean, even when I talked to Shannon Terry from On 3, man, we probably talked about not too long ago. And but the last time we talked as far as about, he literally went to watch some of my stuff, sent it to me, and was like, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is, where you should be. And then we talked about partnering. And I just said, shoot, man, I'm gonna keep going this year. He's like, all right, well, you keep chopping wood. No problem. Like, just two dogs talking, right? But it let me know that it's enough eyeballs here. It's enough people that want to have regular sports conversation. You just got to give them. You just got to continue to be consistent and give it to them. So I think the most proud I am of myself is that I was consistent this year, and I at 15,000 in 12 months, not 11 months. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Don't corner yourself to just one university. I'm gonna see you. Yeah, you can't, man. So you see, I got Auburn here, Colorado there. Now I keep my Falcons. I did a little Falcons content this year. Then, I'm gonna go UGA. My little brother Smile Monday. So yeah, we're gonna figure out how to get that up there. And then we got one more school. Next thing you know, you're gonna wake up. Maybe I might be the Black Josh Pate one day. Who knows? Shout out to Josh too. Chris said, Dukes, I love all of your content. I enjoy the fact that you're expanding. Man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I tell you what, if I was only covering Colorado, I wouldn't be where I am. And if I was only covering Auburn, I wouldn't be where I am. What I want to happen is I cover enough schools well enough that I get maybe 10% of each one of those fan bases that watch me to come on these lives, and we just get to talk college football with people from everywhere in the country. I think that'll be dope. If you start, Slugged Up Durkin said, if you started over today, what would you do differently? Man, I would have never stopped. So I started and I stopped. I would have never stopped doing this independently. When I got jobs, I stopped. So when I got that job at 24, the first job at 24/7, CBS Sports, I stopped. I stopped my independent stuff. And then when I got on 3, then I started back a little bit. Then when I got on 3, I really stopped. And so last year just said, don't stop this time. Dukes, have you considered rugby? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Any word on Sam Turner? Dukes, he's a baller. Man, he's definitely a baller, bro. 1,000% a baller. Honor the Family said, I'm glad you're keeping your face card right. Man, you got to, because you don't never know where you're going to be. Like, if I would have shined on some people when I got, like, one thing I'm the most proud of, when I was getting all these, I was doing Paul Feinbaum and doing, like, national spots and being on SEC Network and being on local radio here in Atlanta and doing Mobile radio and doing Birmingham radio and Las Vegas radio. Like, when I went national at On 3, it was so many people that wanted to reach out to me because I looked so different than the rest of their national guys. And what I never did was act like I did every show that called me. I didn't care if they had 2 followers or 2 subscribers. I did every show. And I'm grateful because some of those shows that I did then, they're helping me create independent lanes now. So I think I'm very, very proud of that fact that it's like, even when I was like up, when I say up, I mean, what people think is up. I still was just like, man, anybody, I didn't turn down one show. And I think that helped me because now as an independent, it could be hard to get people to come on to the show. But that's how, like I didn't even do a lot of interviews this year, but I saved all my favorites for year 2. I can't wait. Ricky Mendez said, what was it like working for 247? Man, it was cool. At the time, I was a plant manager at his warehouse, his hazardous waste warehouse. So hazardous biomedical hazard processing facility. So, man, I was having like, so mind you, I'm putting 18 wheelers on the road coming from my location that are having explosions in the middle of the daytime. And I'm talking to like the authorities and just like, about a chemical spill that's coming from my location. And I'm going through years of data and finding out what the chemical was and was it flammable and what are the retardants and that can stop the flames. And then I got like people on the message board saying, Deuce don't know what the hell he talking about because I'm doing recruiting. So it was like a crazy balance, right? Juggling regular life and being a recruiting analyst at 24/7. But I will say it was cool because I got to meet some cool people like Christian Clemente and Nathan King, Jason Caldwell, Philip Marshall. I had a really good relationship. I still do with Philip Marshall. We were like the oddest couple. But man, we'd be on the phone at 3:00 in the morning. And that was like the oddest couple. Nobody in the world would have expected me and Philip Marshall to talk the way we did. But that was my dude. What do you think about Cortez Hankton? Baller, need him. Whoever gets him is getting a good one. Are more players on O or D transferring? I don't know yet. I never knew when I left home in Virginia for Auburn this would be a lifelong family. ATL is home now, but AU is no. It is, man. I got friends in the chat that I used to go shoot ball with. I'm like the dude Gonzo, man. We used to go shoot. He a Q dog. We used to go shoot ball all the time in the act. And if I see him in Atlanta, it's love. Like there's some of his frat brothers, like Butch, Elias Mixon. Like Butch, like one of my best friends in life. I don't care if I don't talk to him for 5 years. If I see him, he see me. We stopping everything we doing to go kick it. Period. International Voice with the $20 super chat says, congratulations. I appreciate it. And make sure you go to International Voice and get your Christian-based clothing, man. It's some of the dopest gear you can find. They got coffee mugs. They got phone cases. They do a lot. So that's an International Voice. What are you hearing about CU recruiting? You see some flips coming tomorrow? Yeah. I think you can see a flip or two. I don't think nothing crazy, though. Then Danny said, what's up, dudes? Congratulations on 15K subs. I must have been $14.99. Hey, man, whatever number you were, I appreciate it for sure. Felix the Cat said, $5. Congratulations, dudes. Man, appreciate it, Felix. My dog. My man said, congrats. Appreciate that. That's another AU good guy. DJ Durkin9 said, long-time listener. I love your reporting and content. Thanks for being consistent. Man, I appreciate you, man. It means a lot. Like y'all, like, do y'all remember like when I just go on Twitter and just go spew recruiting information and people would be like, who the hell is this dude? And then it would be right. That used to be like the funnest thing in the world. How do you think the O-line coach is going to be? If it's the guy from South Florida, young, energetic, I think he's going to do a great job recruiting. Slide down and get some more of these comments. Dealing with crazy fans at OSHA at the same time is insane, bro. Man, and then yeah, OSHA definitely. So one of the most heavily scrutinized OSHA facilities in this area was the building I worked in. I mean, boom. You know what else we used to do? We used to get rid of the weed from Mike Tyson's farm. So Mike Tyson got a farm, and once they get the THC out of the weed, they had to dispose of it because it still had a THC level. And so we would get it. And I'm talking about bales and bales and bales of weed. And do you know how hard it was to keep employees out of there? Even though that the potency was down 90%, it was still something in there. That was crazy. What do you think the biggest need on the coaching staff and roster at CU? You need an offensive play caller, and you need a vocal leader. I don't care what they play. You need a guy that people respect on that team. You need a coach on the field. Dudes, who you think would be a good OC for CU? K. Bell at Pittsburgh. K. Bell will be a great OC. Dudes, you ever absolutely used to go down there to Frank Brown. Shout out to my boy Reggie. I don't know if y'all know Reggie Thomas, man, from Opelika, but I went in there with Reggie, man. Reggie could shoot used to shoot the mess out the ball too. I went over there with Brock too. Brock and Reggie. Big Dion used to be over there. Absolutely, I went over there to hoop. Yep. Gonzo said, yeah, we come from a special time. I know it was a special time. I know it. Said, Perry, I feel you. Leaving Auburn was hard, especially being born and raised. I picked a city that was basically Auburn, but bigger. Yeah, I used to be in Opelika. I used to go across the tracks. Man, do y'all remember the wolf trap in Opelika? The wolf trap. Am I saying that right? I know I was a top 10 subscriber. I've been here, dog. Man, I appreciate it, my brother. Any truth to the DJ and Hood Brother story? I got to hear the Hood Brother story. I don't know what DJ story was, but I did hear they had an incident. I saw where T Love is leaving Colorado, bring him back to Auburn, dudes. Hey man, wherever T Love want to go, I'm gonna support him for sure. That's family and a great kid and a good football player. I can't wait till he finally gets the chance to show it for sure. Oh man, if you're on the list for OSHA, it's rough. I worked for a company that was a habitual offender, and I was an EA. Oh man, habitual. That's the last place you want to be, a habitual line stepper. Oh, okay. It's got a pretty. That's interesting. Slud Up Dirk said everybody hooped that Frank Brown. I'm telling you. A1 said, congrats on the 15K, fam. Appreciate it. Oh, the trap was in Auburn. Okay, I thought I was a local. Now, I used to throw parties at Twisters at Floyd's spot. Me and bruh. I threw one party. I rented out Twisters on the Tuesday night for my 20th birthday. And Floyd would not let me leave without agreeing to promote the club. So I used to throw parties with me and Willie Streeter from Tuskegee used to throw parties. I only went inside. Never went outside of Frank Brown. Only hooped on the inside. They said DJ held out on workouts and demanded more money, and Prime caved in. Know about that. Congrats on 15K. Still appreciate showing love to my cousin that passed, Marcus White. Man, Big Theodore. Man, funny story about Marcus White, man. So freshman year, we walking down Bourbon Street. I had got we all full of that drink. So the street I'm from in Atlanta, College Park, is called Janice Drive. So on the back of my Letterman jacket, it said Janice Drive. And then he said, man, that sounds like a girl name. Janice Drive. This Theo walking. He joking, right? Man, I turned around and act like I was gonna whoop him, dog. Now, mind you, as big as he was, at that time, I'm probably 5'8", 180 pounds. This dude, man, 6'3", 6'4", 270, 280. I said enough. He should have whooped me that night. He said, man, I will mop the floor with you, dog. I'm gonna let you have it though. And so I got to walk off like I was the big dog. But man, really he was the big dog. And we was cool after that, man. Man, great guy, man. Even after he transferred, just a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Glad to call him a friend, man. So man, RIP to your cuz, because he really spared me that night. That's the truth. He spared me. Man, it wasn't nothing I could do with him. I was just acting bad. I was acting tough. I really didn't want to fight him. I was like, man, dang. But once you start talking trash, you gotta keep going. So, but yeah, man, we laughed about that going forward. So, man, shout out to him. Honor the Family said people gotta understand college football is hard to maneuver. Sometimes things don't work out. Doesn't mean player sucks. The school did wrong. I be wishing the best, both sides the best. You got to. That's exactly what I do. Who you calling out, bitch? Always outside. Yeah, I went inside. We need to see you do more interviews with recruits after they visit. I think that's a lane. Man, thank you for that. I got to tap in. You're right. Does being a recruiting analyst for 24/7 on 3 pay decent? I think that would be a pretty fun job. You got now listen, if you want to make some money in recruiting, you got to be the guy. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I I don't think nobody's ever done what I did. That's the truth. Like no journalism degree. And went from I think I was in the industry for real 3 years, and to make as much money as I did on 3, yeah, it's few and far between. I'll say that. Like they put me up there with some guys who had been doing it for 20 some years. So I would say respect to them for that. And it's about how hard you're willing to work. Now, instantly, it's something that you can start to do part time. It's a lot of dudes that do that part time. You can start the part time, and if you do well enough, like I was a part time guy that got pushed into full time and fast, so it can happen. And not to brag, but my last contract was 6 figures, so it's doable. My boy Marty said, "Congrats on 15K, my dog. I remember when you first started, man. For real, man. I dropped 10 bands. This boy Perry unlikely. It's crazy. He said, I dropped 10 bands to send Dirk and 100 gallons of turmeric lemonade. That's what. Boy, you crazy. All right, so I said 30 minutes. Man, let me see. If y'all got any more last emergency questions? I never see how many people. How many people is that? Hold on, I want to see how many people they say on Twitter. Hold on. Okay, so we got a little 2,000 in here on Twitter. Okay. Okay, we up to 2K on Twitter. Man, I appreciate the love, man. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Okay, nephew, what's happening there? Man, one of the best. Hey, mark my words. One of the best one of the best. Hold on, is Air Nolan transferring again? I don't know. Where you get that from? Do you think JoJo Williams is going to leave CU? No, I don't know. Said tell Cam we praying for the birds, man. I appreciate that. Hold on. Somebody sent a super chat. Let me find it. Appreciate the insight. After the past couple of years of Auburn football, I would love to get into recruiting. Hey man, look, start on your own. Whatever you do, just start on your own. And if you in Auburn, man, just go. They can't keep you out of facility. Go up there and start interviewing them kids yourself, just like everybody else does. There's no pass on it that say you can't. Take photos, work for free for a little while. I worked for free for a while. Now this the truth. Keith Niebuhr, I don't know if y'all remember Keith, who went to Florida, but he was like an Auburn a legend. Man, when Keith had made the plug for me to get on at 24/7, my contract didn't start till February. I started writing for free in October and didn't get paid until February. And I would say me writing for free, the guy to talk to is a guy by the name of Joel Cox. He works at On3 now. He was like the senior VP of talent acquisition. And I told him, I was like, look, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and go to work because I got work to do. And he never forgot that. So I don't know. I tell you one thing, he did tell me to stay. He was like, hey, well, I'll talk to you in a minute. But look, Ricky, man, reach out to me. Man, send me an email. My email is deucescoop@gmail.com. Shoot, I'll walk you through it if you really want to do it. After the game said, has Colorado season affected your YouTube numbers? I don't really know because it's like my first Colorado football season. But the fact that I do multiple schools, like, so I can't really tell like if one is up or one is down, because usually if my Colorado number's not that good, then my Auburn number's up. And if my Auburn number's not that good, then my Colorado numbers are up. So the best thing I did do was make sure that I covered more than one thing on my channel. And some people told me, they was like, man, don't put Colorado with Auburn. And some people was like, why he doing Auburn? But I think now nobody tells On3 to cover one. You know what I mean? Like On3 covers everybody. 24/7 covers everybody. So that's what I want to get into eventually, turn myself into my own little network. You feel me? Trey Chastain, before we get out of here, he said, if they try to keep Marcus Davis, what jobs do you think he could do? Anything. Marcus smart as hell. Whatever he want to do. He could coach quarterbacks. Marcus Davis can coach quarterbacks if he had to. For sure, man. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.